What up? We live. Y'all ready to have a discussion?
Sure.
Well, I am your host, Kenneth, aka Hard Pill. Gonna get live and funky with Lily Loves You and Miss Carr. Waiting on the rest of the people to come in. I guess they can come in whenever they feel like it. Anybody else, y'all want to come up? I'm finna drop the link in the chat. If you're on Facebook, you will be around for the first 30 minutes on Facebook. Afterwards, Facebook will be shut off. You'll have to come to the YouTube channel. And yeah, we'll get into this. Go ahead, ladies. I'll let y'all introduce yourselves.
I'll let Lily go first.
Hello, y'all. It's your girl Lily, fresh out of San Antonio. What exactly do you want me to tell them about myself? Do I have to say something about myself or?
Want to drop your Instagram page or where they can find
Okay,
you?
yes. So my Instagram page is Lily_loves you. You could also find me on TikTok under Lily_loves you. Facebook I'm under Lee Williams.
Sweet.
It's your turn, Tasha.
All right, what up, though? It's your girl Tasha, and you can call me Ms. Carr because that is my nickname. I am from Flint, Michigan. I reside in San Antonio, and I don't know all my social media handles, but you can always find me on Facebook. Um, but I look forward to the conversations and hearing what y'all have to say.
All right. Let's see here. Get this into the chat right quick. Want to come up, like we said, the link is in the chat. You should be able to hit it from the chat. If not, type that into your search bar. Other than that, I guess we'll go ahead and crank it off with this first video here. We're gonna go to the late great Kevin Samuels. He's gonna roast a little somebody. Let's see here.
Men have always died alone. They've been called weirdos, hermits, loners. But men at least have the decency to leave everybody else the alone.
Could you hear that?
Yes, turn it volume down just a little bit so it won't be distorted.
Is that what it was? Might be there. Let's try that again.
See, here's the thing about men dying alone. Men have always died alone. They've been called weirdos, hermits, loners. But men at least have the decency to leave everybody else the alone.
All right. What do y'all think about that when it comes to this male loneliness epidemic? Do you think that it's really a thing, or is it more of a trying to shame men into getting back out into the dating pool? Because that's probably trying to get guys to come back out to the dating pool and be tricks and simps.
Did he say men were hermits?
Men have always been hermits. Men have always died alone.
Oh, okay, that's what he said. Was that
I have been,
Kendra G that he was talking to? That looked like Kendra G.
he was roasting the hell out of Kendra because she was talking a bunch of shit. She's talking a bunch of shit. She's talking a bunch of shit that was like inconsequential shit. Oh, I have a theory.
Um,
Most men typically die alone. Even in relationships, they die alone. There's a lot of stuff that a man, even if he's married, he's not gonna bring home to his wife. It's a lot of things like I told you, like I told y'all last time in the last stream, Tasha. Guys live with every mistake they've ever made, every failure that they've ever had, every day of their life. So we live in our heads a lot. We just don't. So guys typically do live alone, especially if you're not going out of your way to make him let him know that you're there.
right.
So
I
what do
feel
you?
that we're not meant to be alone, just as humans, genuinely. And I think that I understand why a man in this day and age wants to be alone. I completely understand. Like, I don't want to be bothered. I lie to people and tell them, and I'm in a whole relationship just so that they leave me alone. But I think the issue is I get it, right? You have this day and age where you have this, what is it called? These woke kids. Everybody's outside.
Yeah. You say everybody's outside.
Yeah, everybody's outside.
Think the kids?
Hmm.
You say they're talking about the kids being outside?
No, I'm
No,
saying
it's grown
the young
people.
kids.
She's talking about grown
Oh, oh,
people.
oh!
Yeah,
Everybody's talking about we outside, we outside.
yeah. Everybody's on that
Yeah, you
out.
All they want is to turn up.
yeah, when you think I agree with you on that, Lily. Like it's a lot of people instead of wanting to be intimate with one person or wanting to be at home with one, I don't understand what happened to the love. Like, being at home with your honey and rubbing toes and feet and having fun and game night, having the parties at your house. She right. Everybody want to be outside. Everybody want to be cliquish. Everybody want to follow the latest trends. Nobody is unique anymore. No one. If somebody come out and they start wearing their right pants leg up again, everybody gonna start wearing their right pants leg up again. It's just everybody wanna. It's I don't know. Everybody trying to do everything that everybody else do. It's no originality anymore. Nothing is authentic.
Yeah.
Yes. And these
Yeah.
girls is coming outside in lingerie. I'm
Oh
like,
Yeah.
I'm all about dressing sexy, right? I love to, I love a high slit, you know what I mean? I love a backless. I don't mind. But when you come up with these poster girl dresses and
Yeah.
it's like you got these men, right, that are seeing this, that's like what they think is normal. And I'm like, I don't know. That's kind of
But
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 it's
but
not
at
even
the
that.
same
It's,
time, what man want to be with a woman who he believe everybody can have? You know what I'm saying? Like what man wants that? Like I mean, I'm a female, I'm a woman, and I don't want to be with a man that every woman can. I mean, I don't want to be with a man that I think like, damn, every woman can have you. But a man don't want to be with a woman, and he like, dang, is that for me or is that for everybody? Like, are you dressing? I mean, I get you dressing for yourself, but are you dressing for me or are you dressing for everybody else out here? Like, it's no more. It's nothing for the imagination no more. Everybody's just throwing it all out here. Like that's what we supposed to do. And
yeah.
then because it's such a trend, if you even get with another guy, he think you supposed to dress like that too, and you like, no,
And that's what I tried to say, that is not what being a feminist is. Being a feminist
right,
is not linked to you going outside and being half naked and having the freedom to dress like that. That's not
yeah,
being a feminist is. Being a feminist
yeah,
is fighting for fair wages at work, fighting for the right to vote. These was what feminists were doing. Feminists weren't out here like, y'all should let us wear booty shorts and,
first way.
bikini tops and be okay with
yeah,
it. Family events. This is,
yeah,
let me express myself. And I feel that that's where they try to take that feminist movement. And so now you have this great divide between men and women, because the women that are representing us aren't even representing us the way that I encounter. Like, I don't encounter these types of women every day that are gold diggers, that are mean spirited. So it's like, where are these men at that you're finding these women? Because the women that I know that I encounter are great women.
Yeah.
But see what it is it's like I say, it's a big mixture. Like they're blended in. You know what I'm saying? It's like it, the good girls dress like the bad girls. They doing the same. They're doing the same thing. So it's hmm, it's kind of a sensory
Um,
overload for guys. You know what I'm saying? Because they for
yeah.
one, girls are wearing everything out and free everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You go down the page, it's twerking on your page every other account. It's like they're not
And
leading
you know
with
what?
lady
You,
likeness. They're not leading with lady likeness. They're bringing the freak in the sheets outside.
but right, but you know what else too, Ken? I agree with you on that. You know what else? It's not just the way they dress and the way they dance. It's their mouths too. The
Oh, the
mouths
mouth.
are so
Good.
disrespectful and so nasty. I seen a lady. We
They're
got out of
nasty.
church on. Hmm.
They're nasty to each other. That's why so many
Yeah,
fights. Like 9 times out of 10, if you see a fight in the clubs, it's some girls nowadays.
yeah. We and that's just it. Like we're not we're not together anymore like we used to be. We're not you know, it used to be different, man. You used to could meet a female in a club, even women. We used to meet other girls in the club and we'd be cool, exchange numbers and hang out and stuff. You don't do that no more. Now they like no new friends and I don't know if my homegirl gonna like you and it's so and then when they do when these girls do exchange numbers, they licking all over each other.
No
I
self control.
mean, just saying, it's a different world. It's the times have changed, and I don't know if the times have changed for the better. To be honest, these guys are doomed because you got women that's love like that's sleeping with each other. You got guys that's sleeping with other guys. You got men that can't even express themselves to women without the woman getting offended, not understanding that the man is just trying to release because he trusts you with what he's telling you, and then you sitting up there getting in your feelings and getting emotional, and he not even talking about you. He's just trying to talk about his day, but you can't understand that because for whatever reason, and you start getting offended and you start getting nasty with him.
Throwing it back in his face and all that stuff.
Yeah, when he's not even looking for a fight, he's looking for a release.
So, Miss Cards, I hear that, right? And then that's what makes me think, like, okay, so my thing is, why is there such a mismatch, right? Because I talk to men and they share my experience with women, right? And then I share my experience with men. Why is there such a mismatch where we're not attracting, like they say you attract what you are, right? But is that really true to a certain extent? Because
Now,
I
I'm not a liar. I'm not a
no,
later. I'm not a cheater. So why did I attract all
me.
those types of people?
you got to stay at this point. At
Because
this,
you provide a place for a real man. You will attract a real man, but a guy that ain't I wouldn't call them men. You attract a user faster than you attract a good man because it's a lot of men out here right now looking for help. Just like it's a lot of women out here right now looking for help. You know, it ain't your fault. It's just that time where times is hard and everybody trying to keep a roof over their head. So right now, people really not thinking about relationships. Right? I see a lot of people just want to be single, and it's a lot. But the thing about it is, to me, that's just my opinion. People want to, go to the clubs and be on these trips doing all this stuff. And then they want to wait till they, 40, 50, 60 years old to get married and stuff. Don't nobody want your ass.
it's a
Mm-mm.
lot harder. It's a lot harder to wait late.
Yeah, I seen this guy today, and he was a porn star, and this whole time he been a porn star. Now he 54 years old, and he looking for love. And I seen the women in the comments. I seen the women in the comments saying he was washed up and stuff, and I was like, "Ooh,
Are you
hard pill to swallow."
be like, sir? Did you do all that? Did you at least get rich? You at least got
Man,
to.
that right.
So
And
for him, you at least got to be able to provide. You know what I'm saying? Can you provide? Did you slang enough?
listen, for real, you better be able to do something. Coming out that lifestyle, you need to be able to take care of her. She'll let it
You have
slide.
to.
Just have bring that money.
You let it slide.
You
She
gotta,
let it slide. Then
you
Yeah.
gotta find the right one, man. Because I was like, "Ooh,
the
that's
double
a."
standard. The double standard though, if
I
it's a woman in
it
that lifestyle,
yeah, because if
yeah,
it was a woman,
it's
it'd be
cooked.
different. Any man to take that thing, but a man, ooh, they was
Nah,
eating
not
him
at
up
54. Not at 54, Tasha. We ain't gonna tell that lie.
At
at 54.
54,
Not at
Hey,
54.
it okay. So the same thing like Trick Daddy. Trick Daddy got on there the other day and he said, "I am not attracted to women over 35. I will not date a woman over 35. I'm not attracted." I'm like, damn, Trick Daddy, you ugly. But at the same time,
he got money.
He still got
that
his money
part,
though.
Lily.
That's the part. He still got his money. He still got his money. He still has businesses. So in other words, like for him, he has. See, you gotta understand,
He
men,
got power.
men, y'all are literally not really supposed to be looking at us for how we look anyway. You
Mm-hmm.
talking about somebody that's the stronger of the two sexes. He's the he. You want him to be faster. You want him to be smarter, and then you want him to be more. And then you find him, and he's more beautiful than you too. You're gonna be at a complete loss there. He's gonna do what the fuck he want to do.
Yep. Facts.
A pretty ass nigga with a whole bunch of money is gonna do what the fuck he want to do, and he gonna be
Sure
looking
is.
for somebody that's gonna
Listen,
accept whatever the fuck he do.
listen though, a ugly ass nigga with a whole bunch of money gonna do what the fuck he gonna do.
Trick
Yeah,
Daddy. Trick Daddy.
but
He
trick
said
that.
he don't want nobody over
Dude,
35.
I
He
want
said women over he said
One
women over 35 come with way too many standards, way too much mouth. And he said something else, and he said y'all not attractive. He said women under 35 don't have that many issues. They ain't been through too much, and they
they ain't
listen,
traumatized you. They ain't
and they
traumatized.
easy to please, and they follow.
You still a little bit more moldable if in your
That's
in
what
your
he said.
30s than 40s. And no
Yep.
man, you understand if a man actually has a program for you to get on, he's expecting you to get on that. So
Right.
even Trick Daddy, even if you called him, even if he was Flavor Flav, you know what I'm saying? If he had that type of money, he's still gonna be expecting somebody that's gonna rock with his program. Now,
True. Flavor
one thing
Flav did he had delicious.
one thing about Trick though, Trick was married, and Trick had it was never nothing about Trick cheating on his wife or nothing like that. They just ended up getting a divorce.
Trick
So
Trick treat him good, I guess.
yeah, he Trick love the kids. and
Trick gonna need some dating
and,
35 and under. He gonna need some serious Viagra pills, cause baby.
I mean,
Mm-mm.
and the way his health is running with his stomach poking out and all that fat on him, yeah, he might need some by that. But if he like 54,
Yeah, he probably got thing do.
you
yep.
know, and I think that
Hmm.
that's the biggest problem, right? You let an ugly guy feel like he's, something. He gonna cheat on you too. I don't even think it's about the looks.
Damn
I think
right.
you don't.
Let me say. I'm gonna say this. You don't. He doesn't necessarily. It's not necessarily about how he looks, honestly, but it's the character, how he carries himself. If can you call that man at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning to come get you if something go wrong? That's what you should be worried
Fact.
about. The guy that's gonna treat you well and you're gonna be able to count on. All the as far as his looks, eh, you know what I'm saying? It
Yeah,
just
what's start
but these are
what
things
start getting you
these
in
are things
trouble
these are
is
things that only these are things that only your father can teach you to do though. Only your
exactly
father, like
because what?
your father's supposed to
Huh?
be the one to actually vet your man for you.
Yeah, because when you start vetting a man and you start going based off of looks, and
And you
that's
fall in
that's
love
another
and all
that's
the other shit.
another thing too. when you start dating a man based off of looks, you already then you didn't already and women will say, well, I didn't see the red flag. You created the red flag because you was already looking for looks. So that was the first red flag. You shouldn't have did that part. Then the next red flag when you hear him say, girl, he got money. Okay, you just created another red flag. Then when you start seeing red flags like, oh, he was mean to me. Oh, he pushed me. Then it's like, girl, you the one that walked into red flag heaven when you said, I want the way he looked. Oh, he got money. Look at his car. You was red flagging. You
You
put
let,
up your
let
own
certain
red flags in a golf course.
you let certain shit blind you from looking at everything. Um,
That part. And
what
if you ignore them red flags, then you gonna ignore every red flag, and then you gonna end up. Matter of fact, like look at old boy, the youngster right there, the one that play football. Now he
Travis Hunter?
want a divorce since the girl that messed up his football status. When they first start playing, he not gonna be able to play. So Travis Hunter, but you ignored everything that everybody said. You got mad when Shiloh and them didn't come to your wedding, and they told you why they didn't come. They didn't like that girl. They seen the signs and they was trying to warn you of the signs. But guess what? You got to make your own decision. So here you go, got a hoe that had already cheated before you got married. And then when she didn't like the prenup agreement, she started acting even more stupid on you, got into an argument with her, and she went out and cheated on you that day with another man. And then on top of that, she messed
Then
up your
he let her
NFL contract.
throw out the prenup. He married her without a prenup.
Yes, and then and that's what the argument was. He wanted one and she didn't.
Yeah.
And now you done messed up your some of your. I believe once he get rid of her, which it says he filed for the divorce. He filed for the divorce. What
Oh,
we'll see what come out of that too.
I'm not gonna lie. I'll sign a prenup, but if I'm gonna have a cheating clause in mine, cause you're not finna like, cause I'm gonna put 100%, but I'm not finna put myself in a position to give you 100%, and then you just decide one day that you don't want to do this no more. All right, fine. We're gonna have a fair break. But if it's definitely gonna be a cheating clause, like I don't want to go after your money, but if it's something that wasn't on my end, or because one thing that it would be a cheating clause and an abuse. Those would be the two things that would be
Yeah,
the as far as communication and stuff, and it won't be just okay they cheat once I'm done, because I'm very realistic when it comes to that type of lifestyle. men are
somebody just
going
in the
Men are
streets.
gonna cheat.
You don't want a
Men
dude
are
that's
gonna
gonna
cheat.
live with in the streets.
yeah, there.
Men are
You don't
gonna
want him to live with that thing out there like, "Ah, here it is."
Yeah, men are
Put
gonna
up
cheat, but I don't
sausage.
want, like, it's different. Like there is different levels to infidelity. Like if we're together a long time and we just hit a snag in the road and just things just, we going through a rough patch, that's different. But if you just out here serial cheating and you just doing this on an every
Damn, serial cheating.
You
serial,
got
that's
to
what it
take the
That's,
stance of my great grandma. How my great grandma used to say, "Keep his belly full and his balls empty."
my mama used to say that too.
Yep.
Belly full and his balls empty.
Was empty.
You
You
gotta
are
find
right.
you gotta find creative ways to empty his balls.
My grandma used to be like, "Come here, baby, come here in this kitchen. You gotta learn how to make this potato salad." Like, what?
That's right.
Make these ham hocks, girl. They like collard greens. Make some fried chicken. I used to be like, grandma. My grandma had me cooking at 10. At 10 years old, I knew how to cook soul food.
That's right.
Girls don't even know how to boil a pack of noodles.
But they're gonna tell you how they got that ring. Yeah, it's
It's a lot that like I told you before, it's a lot that's not being taught no more. And I don't know. It's men want to be alone because I don't know men now that can't do exactly what we do. They know how to cook, they know how to clean, they know how to take care of themselves. They got degrees, they have money. Yeah, they can do what we can do now. I mean, when you think about all of that, you say, well, what can you bring to the table? What can you get? What can you offer me? And a lot of women gonna be stuck when they ask that
Well,
question.
shit. At
When
this
they say
point, it's
I
a lot
could
you
do,
can bring.
huh?
At this, I said,
I
at this
say a
point, it's a
lot of
lot they can bring. A good attitude. Not not
yeah,
not not ready to beat a bitch ass
but
every
that's
time.
what I'm telling you though. When a guy says all that to not I'ma say some women, when a guy say all that to them, I say ladies. A lot of ladies will be stuck on that. They'll be stuck. They won't have no answers. They won't be able to say, I bring I bring love, I bring kindness, I bring this, that. They won't be able to do that because
Empathy.
they
Have
are
none of that.
some people are conditioned to let be on their back and get that money. And they condition like that. So they don't know how to
Look,
and they don't love themselves. So shit, hell, how they gonna get love to somebody else?
see, and then it's funny because every time a guy says what you bring to the table, I'm like, oh, I do cook good and stuff, right? So I say that, right? And they say, well, I cook too. I say, well, great, we could cook together. Look, I'm not trying to sit here and take away from what you do to yourself. I'm just trying to add. All right. Now,
Yep.
To it.
now
That's
you
what
got
I'm
two.
supposed to do.
I'll be your sous chef in the kitchen. What you need me to cut up vegetables? You want me to wash the pots while you're cooking? Like I feel like I feel like whenever I get asked that question and I tell them, and then Ms. Carr, thing we are going to have to be realistic. You say, yeah, these men could have everything under the sun, but what they can't have is no cootie cat. I don't care, and a female presence. That female presence,
I
a good woman, good cootie cat, and a good woman. There ain't no way.
I'm
There,
gonna say I say this. I'm gonna say this. Like we always say, our soldiers, they got all kind of cans and butts and all kind of stuff they can stick that
uh-uh.
thing in.
Now you
I'm
know.
gonna tell
Now
I'm gonna
you
tell you
know.
this much. When men ask that question, I'm gonna tell you what women say. I can cook, I can clean. Men can do that stuff now, but you don't hear women who you only hear. It's a small percentage of women that'll come out and they'll say what Kenneth was saying. They'll tell you, I can be the person that I can be your listening ear. I can, they're not saying that. And some guys be looking for that because guys go through more now than our grandparents and stuff went through. They're going through way more.
Yeah.
And so women not catching on. A guy, I ain't saying they want you to be that counselor, but you damn sure got to learn how to listen. You got to learn how to, when that man say that's it, some women still be going on and on, fuck you nigga and blah, blah, blah. Mm-mm. That
No.
you
And
got to
see,
be quiet.
that's
My
the end when
grandpa,
it happens.
my grandpa provided the kind of stability that allowed that. For my
Yep,
grandma, he provided a safe space that when he like my grandfather, just like because me and Ken were talking earlier about this. My grandfather created a safe space for my grandmother to a
yep,
point where it was what he said. There was no
yep,
arguing. My grandpa would come home and say, "Hey, pack your bags. We all right, cool." All she would ask is, How do I pack? Summer clothes,
yep,
pack
What do I need?
sweaters, like what I need."
yep. And we'll ask him, what do he need? What would you like me to pack you? You
Period.
know?
Dinner
Yep.
every day, like
Yeah, everything. What you want
back,
to eat on the road?
yeah, back rubs. Always had his breakfast in the morning time. Like my grandmother, all the way around, and it wasn't like just the cooking. It was how she cooked. It was the
Yep,
fact that the meals were already ready. There was no. She was already prepared. Like she
yep,
catered for that man from the moment he walked through that
yep.
door, the moment he left out the door.
Yep. And a lot of women don't understand them no more. Yeah, we had this talk too. I had the same talk with Kim, how my mom and dad, because I was raised by older parents, because I'm adopted. But same thing you said, same thing I told them too. It's the truth. So that's why sometimes you'll hear me say, "Who raised you niggas? Who raised you bitches? Like who raised y'all? Y'all different."
Yeah, no,
Because
Single
that's
mama
what we
Keisha, single Keisha from Third Ward.
yeah, for real. Because even
That's what
even when but you know what? No, it's a small select few who didn't see that because some of these
what
people was raised by their grandparents.
yeah, they
yeah,
was, but what you gotta understand is we've gotten to the point to where we've stopped keeping our grandparents around us close like we used to.
Yeah. You know
When
why? You
you
know
have
why?
kids, they're gonna check you.
Yep.
Exactly, because you always felt like I ain't going over there because Granny be in my business, or my granddaddy always being nosy and this and that. You
My
know,
yes,
that's why.
my grandma would tell me, you know how I know you doing wrong? When I was running the streets, she said, you know how I know you doing wrong? Cause I ain't seen or heard from you. I was
Yep.
just like, damn. Cause that's for real. When I knew I was not living my life the way that my grandmother intended me to, I was avoiding it. It was
You
avoid
was avoiding her at all
hell
costs.
yeah. Hell yeah. What?
Avoiding that shame.
Cause she
Because guess what? They don't have no filter. They didn't live their life. And you gonna sit there and listen to what they gotta say.
yeah.
Yep.
Yep, they didn't care. They gonna because you ain't gonna sit there and get crazy with them. Because if you get crazy with them, they ain't gonna do nothing but call who they know gonna whoop your ass.
Shit, my grandma was still fast. My grandma was born in
Yep, they'll throw
1925.
some at you. Yep, see
And
your grandma right around my mama age.
And you know what's so funny? This is how I knew I kind of just was just doing some shit. I remember I was in the club yawning. I was in the club yawning. All my homegirls, everybody's, twerking on headstands and I was like, I don't want to be here. Like that's the moment I realized that
Yep,
it just wasn't meant for me. I was literally like, I don't want to be here anymore. Like this is just
yep,
not. I don't even know what I'm even doing here, why I'm even here. Like it was just a moment of realization and I'm just looking at everything around me and I was like, this is all low vibrating. Like, don't get me wrong, I like to go out every now and then, but it just felt
mhm,
something was kind of demonic about it, you know?
yeah,
I felt very like I need to get out of the space because a lot
mhm,
happens in the club and stuff like that. And so then that's when I was like, yeah, I don't like this space. And then I started noticing I started having more meaningful friendships, more meaningful conversations, going to places like
mhm,
hookah lounges, going to karaoke spots, like seeing new people, being around different cultures. I started widening my
mhm,
horizon and I'm like, wait, there's more to life than the hood. And
yeah,
that's when I
Energy.
really realized there is more to life than where I grew up from. And I was like, you know what? I refuse. I'm a single mom, but I'm not finna be that single mom with the sons that are Tyrone's running up the street on the corner, running cars down. No, I'm not doing that. So I
yeah,
basically was like, I felt like if I would have stayed in that environment, that's how my life would have been. And so I just started changing. And it was just like, it didn't happen overnight. And then over time, people were like, oh, she thinks she's too good. I do. I do, yes. I wish I would have felt like this years ago, but I didn't. And unfortunately, it took me time to get to this point. But yes, I do think I'm too good. Then you have one side that's like, oh, well, she's already ran through and she got baby daddies and she got this. Yes, I do that too. Like, I take the consequences of my actions and I
Accountability.
understand. I take accountability and I understand that yeah, by me having two kids, I understand that slims down my picking on the type of man that I have, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to get a good quality man. It's a little harder.
And
It's
it
not
just
like they're
means
just coming
it
I,
by
just
the
means you have to give
masses.
a little more. You got to give a little more because
yeah,
you have to understand that like it's the small difference between guys that have kids and a woman that have kids. Typically, 90%, 95% of the time, the guy ain't gonna have custody. You're gonna see that kid once every 2 weeks. Other than that, he's gonna see this kid 24 hours a day. So every day when he come home, he has to bring extra meals. Most men love kids, especially black men. You know,
words
they
out of
try
my
to
mouth.
tell
Shut up, Ken.
huh?
I was just about to tell her
They
that.
try
Trick, Trick
they
love
Most
try
kids.
men love
they
kids.
talk they try to talk about black men, but black men are the most involved fathers and stepfathers ever created on planet Earth. The thing
Yes.
is, most if you deal with a pookie, you might get a bullshit that baby daddy. But for the most part, you pretty much have a decent father. You just have to work on how you talk to them. Men react to how a woman speaks. If a woman speaks with softness, like you can be, and like say he does something that hurts you, being furious and getting in his face, that's fighting fire with gasoline. It's not going to work out for you. Typically,
Hmm.
react in a feminine manner that shows that you're hurt, your actual feminine emotion, not the masculine was nigga, I stab you. Not all that. If you just really show him that you hurt and just like more of a quiet reserve, it'll condemn him. His own
Yeah.
Mhm.
conscience will work on him.
Yep. I'm like
Lily,
that too. You yell at me, I'ma cry.
I,
I get my feelings
oh
hurt
Lord,
pretty
we had
easy.
this conversation last time, didn't we,
You
about the
yell at me,
experience?
I'ma cry. You yell at me, I'ma
No, no,
cry.
no, no. Remember we had this conversation? Lily, I say this to you. I don't believe that you think that you're better than other women or you better than people. I don't think that. I think that
All
you
it
just
is
reached the
you
area of
moving
growth.
positive energy.
Yeah, growth and
Yeah, it's positive
maturity
energy.
and
It's,
positive energy, and
it's
you
positive.
that wasn't
It's
your
positive.
speed or your vibe. So you had to
You're not
change
moving
up the
like niggas.
scenery.
You're moving like black people. You're not
Yeah,
moving like
because
niggas. You're moving like black people. There's a
because
difference.
I didn't step in clubs in San Antonio before because I like going to mixed clubs. I don't like going all, I'm be honest. If it's all black folks in there, I'm be like, ooh no. I need a mixture.
Motherfucker, you
Because
leaving
honey,
early.
I want to know when I come out in the parking lot, my car ain't been peed on and
Oh my
everything else, you know
goodness.
what I mean? And so I would say this to you. Men love kids. One of my friends, she had like 9 kids and she got married, and that man adore her. You hear me? So men love kids. And one thing about a man, he gonna take your kid and he gonna mold your kid. I'm telling you, a man that had your kid playing sports, that had your kid riding a horse, that had your kid building a fence. They just they know what to do in their own way. And the problem is when a lot of men start instilling that discipline into that kid that needs to be there, because I always tell my son, you need to see how other adults react to the things that you do and how some adults don't play like that. So when a man takes your children on, I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing. And I'm talking about a good man. When he does that, I'm telling you, you're gonna see the change in your kid. But the thing is, you got to get out the way. And that's the problem with a lot of women. When men start trying to teach your kid how to do sports or they trying to teach them how to change oil and stuff, a woman to get in the way and be like, I don't have my child doing that. Don't be out there teaching my kid that or he gonna get hurt. First of all, that's the boy that's gonna grow up to be a man. So you need to allow that man to teach that boy what he needs to learn. Sometimes we gotta swallow our pride, and I'm talking to myself too. You have to swallow your pride. You have to let that man do what he knows how to do. Because I always say this, and a lot of women don't believe this, but a man can raise a boy. A woman, mm-mm. I can't raise my son to be a man. I cannot. His father has to do that, or whatever man I'm with that I married, that's who has to do it. Because it comes a point that, like we said this before, Ken, women are emotional, and you don't want to teach your son to be emotional. You don't want to teach him how to be emotional all the time. Men think with logic, and that means that if you can teach that young man how to think with logic, he'll be here for a long time. But when you start teaching that young man how to always be thinking emotional, he gonna be lashing out all the time as a grown man, and that lessens his
Jail
chances of
or dead.
living.
He'd be in jail or dead.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so that's why when women want to get mad, talk about, I can't raise a man. No, 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 sweetheart. No, you can't. That's when you need that man to take over, because men are not emotional. They're not.
That's just
They,
like when women say they don't need a man. Men were literally put here to help regulate a woman's emotions. That's part of our
hmm
job, to help regulate your
Yeah.
emotion. Um,
yeah,
like when people feel
you,
like, just like I say, when people say that, oh, why don't men cry at funerals? Why this? Why that? Because we can't break down. We have to keep the world running. If we
yeah.
break down,
Eh,
we
Yeah.
break down, we break down, and we miss this meeting, lose the job that pays all the bills. Now
yeah,
we lost the grandparent and we homeless.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And
I
then you,
also feel I also feel that too. Like it's even the same on both sides, right? Because I see my brother, a single father, with my niece. and he don't know what to do. She's got all these emotions. She's
See, that's
emotional.
the thing.
He's
He's supposed
he's mad. Yeah, he's upset. He don't understand. He's calling me. He's like, she got an attitude, and I'm like, what's going on? I don't know. She just got attitude. Next thing you know, guess what? Baby girl's on her monthly cycle. He don't
but
even
you can't
understand the amount of
but check it
hormones
out.
that pump through our body, that it
He
does
calls you,
change how we are. Huh?
but he calls you though, right?
Yeah, he called me because he didn't know what to do. He was like,
Because
and I'm like that too.
that's what men will
I'll
do. Single men will
I'll
go
drop
look
my
it
kids
up.
off.
Single mothers
Yeah.
will try to
Yeah.
do it by themselves.
No, I'll drop my kids off to my dad real quick. I'll
And
go
you
send them
you've
Yeah.
down
been
to
raised different.
Corpus.
You've been
But
raised
see
different.
that, but
You've been
that
raised
goes back to Lily. That goes back to the fact that men understand that it takes a village to raise a child. Women
Hmm.
hell.
don't want the village. They don't even want help. They're like, I got it. Mind your business. What happened in these four walls? Stay in these four walls. Women don't want the village to help them. And I ain't saying all women, but a lot of women, they just too damn strong, and they don't want the village. But men understand that it take a village. If he didn't get it from you, guess what he would have did? He would have called his mama, he would have called his granny, he would have called the
Want a
auntie,
little
he
woman.
would have called somebody to get the answer.
Yeah.
And guess what? He would have started teaching himself how to help her to control her emotions, to think logically of when she comes on her cycle. Okay, baby girl, you know you about to come on your cycle. You know you about to do that. So what do we need to do? You need to start getting the heating pads. You need to start
Yeah.
doing this. He would have started prepping her mentally so that she don't start acting out emotionally. And
Yeah.
same thing for us women. Say we having a bad day and we in the kitchen and we throwing pots and pans around and we doing stuff and we doing going crazy. You will see a man, a real man now. You'll see a real man come up
Wait a minute.
behind you, grab you by your waist. He'll take the pan out your hand. He'll say, "Baby, come here. Talk to me. What's wrong with you? Why are you doing this? What's making you so upset?" He'll calm you down out of your emotions to start thinking logically. And when you start thinking about it or you start talking to him, you'll see yourself start coming down slowly. And you'll
Yeah.
start laughing, and he'll say, "See, that wasn't so hard. That wasn't so bad. You don't have to
Yeah.
act like that. You can always confide in me or you can always talk to me." Men know how to bring you off of that high.
It's a
Yeah.
part. It's part of how we. It's part of how we've evolved. You know, when we were
Yeah.
hunter gatherers. See, women are good at observing things like
Yeah.
colors, stuff like that, because colors and objects and stuff. That's how y'all was able to decide which fruits were poisonous or not. Men are able to observe patterns. That's how we hunt. Oh, got that footprint. Oh, them deer. Oh, it's five of them. You know what I'm saying? We
Mhm.
look for traits and characteristics. Women tend to be able to see things by the objects themselves, which is also how the problem now is y'all are not honed. The y'all observation skills are not honed the way they used to be. When Big Mama was in the house, Big Mama said, "Hey, look, you find you a nice man, and he has a job, he has a car, he gets up and goes to work. You need to be looking for these things."
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And your dad is gonna be the guy that meets him, that talks to him. And see, with men, when we talk to each other, we can see bullshit. Not only that, even if he doesn't see the bullshit, the fact that that guy that coming into your life knows that you have a strong man in your life will deter a lot of extra bullshit.
So well, it'll
Sure
scare,
does.
it'll run them bad ones off, and you'll be
Sure
like trying to
does.
bring them back, and he'll be like, "Oh, I ain't messing with you because your daddy crazy and just that."
I ain't been with that.
Nah, what it
Unless
is my
that's
daddy can
crazy.
read straight
Gonna
through
be some
your ass.
bullshit. You know you're gonna be some bullshit.
No, for real
Mm,
though. And you know what's even crazier, that that you say that. So just like with my son's family, right, is a family of single mothers. And when y'all had said earlier about the mothers don't want a village, see, the mothers do have a village. And I'm telling you, from a mom, and I know you're a mom too, and even you being a parent, anybody
that wants the kids, right? When you don't have a support system, whether you like that person or not, you're gonna depend on your partner or whoever you had that baby with. If they're willing to step up, you're gonna depend on them. The only way, and I see this a lot, which does hurt, the only way I've ever seen women pull their children from the father is when they have a whole bunch of single mothers behind behind her, literally
Echo
cheering
chamber.
her on, saying,
Echo
we
chamber.
don't need him. I did it yourself. Matter of fact, don't worry. Your grandma got him because your grandma was a single mother, your mother's a single mother, your aunt's a single mother. And that's kind of like the family that I'm in right now, where when I drop him off, I drop my son off to nothing but women. I don't drop my son off to men. Straight women, every single person. The only person is his grandmother. She's married, and so he does have his papa and my dad on my side. But I'm just saying, whenever predominantly, it's always either my baby's father's aunt, my baby's father's mother, my baby father's cousin. It's always a woman that I'm taking my son to when it comes time to the dad's side of the family, and that just goes to show of how much women support other women to be single moms instead of making the father be like, no, you're going to be here on those pickup days. Or instead of making him accountable, everybody walks around him with eggshells, and all the women kind of allow this behavior. So it's like, and it's crazy because the only man in that situation is not his biological father. So he don't have no respect for this man. That's not his dad. You know, his daddy wasn't shit. His daddy didn't take care of him. So it's like I see these generational things. He was raised by a single woman, and he had a hard life because she was dropping him off to any and everybody because she was doing it by herself. It's such a vicious cycle. So I can understand why, like, this whole nature of single parents is growing as fast as it is.
Yeah,
It's so
I mean,
easy.
Um,
it's been
It's so
80%.
easy to be, yeah, it's
Like,
so easy to be a single parent. Yeah, like I have more freedom. I have my kids less now as a single parent than I would if I was in a relationship. And that's just facts.
yeah, could the kids be home with you and him? You wouldn't have to, but the thing is, you wouldn't have to work as much either. So you have that. You know what I'm saying? You be able to depend on your partner, which is supposed to give you the time to be able to spend more time with the kids.
yeah.
Yep, let's go into
Um,
this next video.
what video? Let's see what it
Woo!
is.
Toxic femininity. Let's go.
Oh Lord, that girl.
Being a black bitch is
Oh
revolutionary.
Lord.
As a woman, you have to be difficult. You have to cause problems. You have to ask questions. You have to say you don't fucking like that. There is no better form of activism than to be a fucking bitch. This is poetry in motion, like the boys. Only a few real bitches will get that, but be a bitch. Be a bitch today. Be a bitch tomorrow. Be a bitch for the rest of your life. It will make you feel so much better. Don't be the docile, agreeable woman. Be a fucking cunt.
Okay. Let me sit up for this one. Take the toothpick out.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
This women's empowerment, feminism shit is ridiculous. You do realize that this works in our favor for the most part.
Right.
And then on top of that, it only works because of us. That boy is good. All that being a bitch shit, which I'm assuming that she's talking about being a bitch to men, only works if a man can come save you if that man decides he wants to strangle your ass. Run, bitch! Case in point, why the female on female relationships are 3 times more violent. Is it breaking up on your end? Relationship.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Yeah.
Now, to explain how it benefits breaking us. Up on your end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that boy is good. All that being a bitch shit.
Being a bitch is political. Being a black bitch.
Run, bitch! Case point why the female on female relationships are 3 times more violent than a male and female relationship. I say I gotta up my damn Wi-Fi.
That
He's right.
Now, to explain how it benefits us, is because it puts you all in the good for the group category.
Damn.
No matter how beautiful you are, no matter how fine you are, no matter how fat that butt is, a dude is gonna get enough until he gets tired of your bitch ass attitude.
You can't handle the truth.
And you have to go on to. And of course, in your feminist head, you're gonna think, well, you gotta go on to the next one too. We were made to go on to the next one. Ain't nobody put nothing inside of us.
You serious?
Case in point, you see this cup of water right here? I could stick my finger down in there. Still drink it. If I had 40 friends and they all in the cup, would you drink that water?
Good question.
This shit's cute while you young. You hit that 40, 50 range. Being a bitch is a bitch. You start getting the back pains. Your body starts breaking down. And your ass is alone.
Yo, you might have just made a fact just now. That's some real shit.
Being a bitch to yourself.
Gotcha, bitch.
You can't make this.
I don't know if that played any way where y'all can hear that without it breaking up too much or not. Breaking up on my
we
end.
heard it loud and
But do y'all
clear.
get the gist
All
of
I got to say, all I gotta say is be a bitch to the right people. If you're gonna be one to the people who need to be, who need to experience that kind of. Don't be a bitch to a nice person. That's the only thing I don't agree. I agree on being a bitch, but be a bitch to the person who's trying to fuck you over. Be a bitch to the guy who's trying to run game on you. But if you have a good man, do not be a bitch to that man. Cause why would you even that don't make no sense. Be a bitch to the people who are fucking you over, being mean. Be a bitch to the friend who's talking shit behind your back. Like you need to be a bitch to the right folks, not to the person that's supposed to be holding you down. That makes no sense. I don't agree with that at all.
Tasha?
I don't even know why you said my name. Listen, being a bitch gonna get you jacked the hell up, okay? Period. Whether it's with a man, whether it's with law enforcement, it don't matter who it is. You listen to her. First of all, you can't even take her serious. You gotta. First of all, if they ain't even in your tax bracket, you shouldn't be associated with them anyway. And period. She ain't in our tax bracket, so I'm sorry. I can't take no advice from her. Period. I can't. I don't know who is for the people that make 10,000 and less a year. I guess I don't know. It ain't for me though.
I, I
I'm
would
not listening.
personally
Huh?
I would say a woman has being a bitch has no benefit to a woman. If you like
It doesn't.
we're talking about being a bitch to a man, which is what I'm assuming she's going at because if you and that man are locked in a room, you can't escape that room without another man's help. So trying to be like,
Damn
oh,
right. You need muscle.
just because they men, no, don't. Be my grandmother used to say that you get a whole lot more being the nicer person, or
Yeah.
if you're not gonna get it, don't even deal with them. There's no need to be a bitch. You just don't. Okay, well, you don't get to get none of this goodness. Bye.
I feel that hard
Come on.
pill, but they, men,
Ugh.
you have to sometimes, and maybe it's
It's
because they
dangerous.
seem like it's bitchy. Sometimes you have to just say, just leave me the fuck alone. Leave, because men are
Oh yeah, yeah.
very,
No, I understand the leave
yeah.
you alone. The leave
Sometimes you
you
gotta
alone
say,
part.
leave me the fuck alone. Yeah. Sometimes you
I
gotta be
understand
a
the leave
bitch
me
and
alone
be
part,
like
but
rude or be blatantly rude where you're showing uninterest. Sometimes you gotta show I'm uninterested. Please don't approach me. Sometimes when I'm out, I have to have this demeanor, like to be unapproachable, simply because when I'm smiling and I'm bubbly and stuff like that, I get approached. And sometimes I'm not in the mood to get approached. So I rather just put off a resting bitch face, like I don't want to be approached, to be left alone. Does that make sense? But I'm not really a bitch. But if you don't know me and you just see me in a moment where I don't want to be bothered, I might seem like a bitch.
But now, see, she's not talking about rest in bitch face. She's not
I
talking
hate
about
this. I hate this word. Like the same way guys don't
yeah,
like being called sassy.
I don't like that word
I
either.
don't want to
I would
be called a bitch.
call bitches.
I'm from up north. I'm from up north. I'm from Michigan. I'm from Flint. When you call a woman a bitch, that's fighting words. That's really fighting words from up north. New York, Jersey, Philly. You call a woman a bitch, it's scrap time.
I don't
Like
know what came about the honor.
Yeah.
I can't call myself that. I can't. I work too
Yeah.
hard. I don't like that term. Just like guys don't like being called sassy, which I agree with them. Don't let nobody call you sassy. Um, I just can't get down with
They
that
don't allow, they
word,
don't allow
man.
them to call them bitches either.
Huh?
You call them. I said they don't allow them to call them bitches either. What they used to. Used to be those fighting words for us too. You call a nigga a bitch. That's
Yeah, like I don't like
Yeah.
that. Like
I don't
it's not
know.
cool. I don't.
It's such, unless you're using it like with, because
I don't
I'm
like it.
30, right? So I'm 31, right? And it's funny because like when I grew up, right? We grew up being called a bitch was like, oh yeah, like these are my bitches, like this is how we would use it term as endearment, just like they say that's my nigga. That was just kind of the age group that I was in, where but it was like there was different ways. And I don't know if you've seen that other one where the girl was like, you could use a bitch in so many different terms. It could be endearing, it could be disrespectful, it could be like you're confused, it could be you're surprised. So it was like funny because I hear that a lot from older women and men that are like 10 plus older years than me, saying like, yeah, I don't like that terminology. But then you see a lot of people in my age group and younger that's like, we don't even take offense to it. It's like, yeah, I am, you're right. It's like more like, if that's what people want to try to like make it get negative, I think with our generation we just took the power away from it because we are so unserious. I can say my generation, we're so unserious. We don't take nothing serious. That's the problem.
you don't take nothing
Maybe
serious.
we don't, we don't take nothing serious. Like I know y'all be checking the comments on these videos and how people really their mindsets. Like, so being called a
Yeah, it
bitch
be
these
way
days,
off.
yeah, somebody call me a bitch, I'ma laugh and keep on walking. I'm not gonna feel like, oh, I'm gonna puff my chest and fight you. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna own up to it. Yeah, I am, and then walk away. Like that's just, but it's not because I don't think of myself derogatory. It's just it don't even affect me. Especially even when my friends call me like, hey bitch, what are you doing? It's like, these are my girls, because guess what? I can call them at 4 o'clock in the morning. They're gonna come through anytime I need them. They're gonna be there for me anytime I need them. And we say, oh yeah, these are my bitches. But we've known each other since middle school. So I feel like that whole word and term is a generational thing. But the way that old girl was talking is definitely inappropriate though. Like I don't agree with being an asshole to anybody. Cause that's what it is, being an asshole.
Basically, it's
Pretty
selfish.
much.
But you gotta understand what it is, right? Like right now, it's like these a lot of these chicks get on the online or even in posts, they tell each other to be selfish with everybody else, which not understanding that like the nature of women is selfishness. Y'all are supposed to be taught out of being selfish, and it's not selfishness. Is in a sense to where it's supposed to be a bad thing. It's supposed to be you help a man, like a man is supposed to attain, you help him retain. You follow what I'm saying? Like he's supposed to go out and attain the world. You're supposed to help him retain the world. So that's how the selfishness is. The selfishness is where you trying to hold as much of whatever he can bring in the household to your
Mhm.
household, not for him to just give away back to the community. Because our jobs is to give back to the community, to work to to try to keep the village afloat, keep civilization flowing. And a woman is supposed to take care of the household because that's where her kids are. That's where her family resides. So she retains it. She uses that selfish part of the nature to do it that way. The problem is when a woman is not in her inspirational state, she's in her manipulative state. That selfishness comes off as a negative. That's it.
I guess that's why men go after younger women, huh?
Well, you gotta
That's what
understand.
he said.
You gotta understand this. If you thinking biblically, who was going to afford a dowry? Was it going to be a young man the same age as the young woman that he's marrying, or is it going to be an older man that actually has property to be able to afford the dowry? That's
Mm-hmm.
why. That's why it's not like what I'm saying. Like, and I'm not saying that a dude is supposed to be 60 years old with a 17, 18-year-old or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
You
But
see it all the time. Look at
yeah,
Hugh Hefner.
hell, no, not even Hugh Hefner. Belichick, damn near 80 years old, got him a fresh 25-year-old. Like, what the
Back.
hell?
So
But
do
I mean,
Ron Isley. Shit, that lady young.
yeah, but shit,
See,
them.
but I only liked either I do about 10 years older or 5 years younger. That's like my age range that I like to stay in. Because I feel like when they're when they're my age or a little bit older, we have a little bit more in common on where we're at in life. So it's
Mm.
like we can like build together. I feel like when you're coming into a situation that's already built, like as a woman, it's like you're never really going to be a part of it. You're always just going to be an addition. I want to be
That's
a
not true.
part of the foundation. Yes, it
What
is.
that's not true. What you have to look for somebody. How do you say
No man, men that have established and built themselves an empire. You just said it time and time again. No man, especially with how scared they are and how alone they are, is gonna allow a woman to come in and lay claim to what he built on his own without her.
you don't have to lay you don't have to
That
lay
goes
claim
to why
to do
women
it.
but that goes to why men want younger women, because younger women don't really have nothing and they know how to fall in line, because they don't. If you get an older woman, we're gonna come with a whole lot of opinions. We trying to run your house, take over. Man
No,
don't want that. He gonna go after that
ran your
younger
car like
woman.
this, if you ran your car out
Huh?
like this, if you ran your car like this, we can have this much. Or if you did this, we can
Yeah,
do this.
hell yeah. We already thinking in the back of our head. You know that old typewriter or that old calculator back in the day? You like, tick, 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 tick.
you
We
know?
doing that. But a woman that's like 30 and under, they're not doing that. They like, okay, what do you need me to do? What would you like? And they ask everything. Can I go to the bathroom? Can I? That
No,
man like, oh, I like
Can I
her.
wear this? Look, can I
Yeah.
wear this?
What would you like to see me in? Should I
well,
wear heels, baby?
I'm sorry. Hey, but can I wear
Huh?
this? You should want him to.
Yeah, and then they even apologize. Like, I'm so sorry I hurt your feelings. I'm so sorry. But an older woman can be like, fuck your feelings. They, that's what that's why men like that be wanting younger women, because they don't come with all that. And
Yeah,
they
no.
teachable. They can mentor them, they coachable. We not like
Listen.
women my age ain't coachable. I'm sorry. They be
Listen, I
They
want my
can. You can be.
handprint. I want
Women,
my handprint in the foundation. When you seal the foundation, you put your handprint, you sign it like, yeah, this is me. That's what I want.
but your
I
biggest,
let
don't.
me tell you.
your biggest triumph though in life as a woman is being a mother and a wife. That
That
happen to have a foundation. If that man can afford the lifestyle for you, and all you have to do is just be a helpmeet, that is the most. That is your highest honor to God.
that is an honor.
That's your highest honor to God. Having your
It's the
handprint.
biggest
I mean,
blessing.
I understand. You got businesses and stuff that you want to do or stuff like that. If you have that type of guy, he's going to give you the room to do that stuff.
Yep.
You just
Facts.
don't let that take away from him.
Yep. Meaning don't let your britches get big.
You know what I'm saying?
Cause then
You don't.
you gotta go. Mhm.
It's like in karate. The student should never overshadow the master. Once you overshadow the master, the lesson's over with. It's time for you to go off on your own. Time for you to go. When you overshadow your master, it's time for you to go on.
But guess
And
what?
the pecking order:
Ken.
God,
But
man,
where
and child.
but where do we see this all the time? That's why when kids turn 18, their parents put them out. Cause now you think that you bigger than your
When you
parents.
selling yourself and you start acting
You start
outside.
smelling yourself and you start doing it. So what do? They put your
If you
ass
act,
out.
if
You
you
think
act
you
up,
got the world
there you
figured
go.
out? Get out there and figure it out. Because
That's
now you think that you better than your parents. It's the same thing he's saying. Same thing when you get a hard-headed woman, you get them in their house with them, and then they start trying to do it. Now you think you better than him because you may start making a little bit of money.
I
and
don't
it
know,
shouldn't.
Miss
It
Carr. The
honestly shouldn't be
problem,
about money. It should be about y'all actually being able to build something meaningful.
yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't
See,
be about the money. You know what I'm saying? So when you're thinking about it, if he can make enough money for y'all to be able to live a happy life and stuff like that, it, your hand
Yeah.
foundation is the hand that holds that household up.
No lie. It's women out here
I
right
mean,
now that do not have to work. Y'all have to work. I know women that don't have to work. Their husband take care of everything. They take care of the house and the kids.
like you say your daddy used to give your mama the check. She give
So
it she
did.
he give her the check like here baby go on pay take care of the bills and stuff like that. Here you know what we got, you know what we can afford. You don't have to ask me for nothing else. Nothing that we can't afford. It shouldn't be no question. You know what I'm saying?
And see,
It's
you brought that to life for me because I always thought that my dad was giving that so my mom would pay all the bills and stuff and all this and that. So then when you said also to add to that is that so she would know not to be asking for things
that they
outside
can't
of the
afford.
budget, so that really was like, whoa, you right. Yep. She knew not to be out there splurging because look, baby, this is all we got. But back then, mama knew how to make stuff stretch.
Now, of course,
mm-hmm.
and of course, he probably got little side jobs he gonna take care of and do little small stuff for you.
Mhm.
It is
Well,
what it is.
back in the day, that's when the numbers man used to come to the house. So they was hitting them numbers.
Hitting them numbers, gambling them numbers. Huh? Oh
Not the
shit,
number man.
Yeah, the number man
Not
used
the
to come to the
number
house.
man.
running numbers. Bumpy
Listen,
Johnson.
my grandpa was a gambling addict and he used to always go drink and gamble his money away. And my grandma used to chase him with knives because she was just so she got all these hungry kids. And you would take your ass up to this goddamn brothel. And what he'll do is on payday, he won't come home. And so
Yep.
he know it too. He used to like try to double up on clothes, try to like he used to try to kind of protect himself a little bit, wear like 6 shirts because she was getting ready to whoop his ass because she was tired of it already. Like
Mhm.
I mean, all these years of taking care of him and his children and his gambling issue, and he got all these kids looking at her because they hungry, and these lights is about to get cut off, and you took this check and gave it to the numbers man.
Facts.
I just
Ooh.
think, you know what? Our old folks was doing some shit too.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh
it's
yeah, no
always
doubt. Yeah. Hell yeah.
it's always been some
But
stuff going on. So they didn't
it's
let that
always
lead.
been stuff, but they knew how to handle business though. One, two
Undeniable.
Yeah.
things they knew how to do. They knew how to handle business and they knew how to stick together. They did those two things. They knew how to stick together and they knew how to handle business. That's where the disconnect is with us these days. We don't know how to stick together and we don't know how to make that money and do what we're supposed to do. We at the thing where I'm better than you and I'm trying to one up you and I'm trying to do this and that and I think I'm better than a man now and this that you can't we losing our value. We losing our value and our beliefs. We losing that touch. And we create new values and beliefs that have no substance behind it. And that's the problem.
Yep, and that
Hey,
is the problem. Cause I've been in fight or flight mode so long. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. My grandmother taught me how to be submissive. I know how to be submissive, but I just mentally can't get over my ego enough to be in a submissive state in this moment right now. And that's why I'm alone, because I can't be submissive. I know being with the man, I am gonna not even be submissive, but be accommodating to his life. and I just don't have that mental because I've accommodated the wrong men. Now I got all this trauma built up, and it's like I just don't want to take it to the next situation, which is why I'm kind of recluse. And it's been, I mean, it makes no sense. It's been years. I've been by myself for some years now.
I'm gonna say this to you, Lily. When we first came into this video, into this conversation, your thought process was different. And then now here we are at almost the ending of the show. And I promise you what you just said, it's like, whoa, that's a breakthrough right there. You just said, you just, wow, that was powerful. That's all I got. That's all I can say to you.
Well,
But
man,
even then, sorry, Kenneth, but even then, Lily, with you admitting that, a man
that's
will still be honored to take on you and your children. You know why? Because you just confessed what is wrong with you, and guess what he can say? He can say either I can work with that, or he can say I can't work with that. But
you gave him the
they can
choice.
work with that.
You give him the choice.
Yeah,
You're not pretending.
yeah.
Yeah.
And because of your attitude and your positivity,
I think you come out of it pretty easy.
I would think a man will work with you.
I think you can come out of it pretty easy, being the fact that you were
Me
able to
too.
be accountable for that.
Because you have that upbringing in you. So I believe so too. You would be a great wife.
I know. I don't know how to get out of the fight or flight mode.
Well, the thing
It
is, a
takes
lot
time.
of fighter,
It takes time and
and no,
consistency.
right, and no offense, but Lily, a lot of fight or flight is emotional. So because a lot of fight or flight is emotional, a man's job is logic. So when a man comes in and he hears all this emotional stuff that you have, he'll be able to calm you down a lot, because fight or flight means you at the height of your, of your emotions and everything, but he'll be able to bring you down and ease a lot of that out of you and take away and answer a lot of your questions. And you'll be like, oh my God, like your life will start getting a lot easier. Your stress level will go down. And next thing you know, you being submissive, like you said, or y'all teamwork and it's something. But it's because you've been by yourself for so long, and you have to handle your business. So, but that's where that emotional fight or flight is emotional. Trust me,
Yeah.
I know, because I am a fight or flight person. But I also
Man.
know when to bring it down. When a man say, "Okay, Tasha, that's enough," I be like, "You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah."
Oh my. Well, it is been an hour, y'all. Hour and 15
Hour
minutes.
go quick, don't it?
And an hour move fast. Yeah, dude. Well, I guess we will have to convene. I will save what happens when the men stop manning, and we'll react to that video next week.
When a what? Say that one more time.
What happens when the men stop manning?
Ooh.
Oh, I don't want to see that world.
Hey, I got a video. He breaks it down pretty good in about 8 minutes. So it's an 8 minute video. So we'll have to pause and talk about each part.
Because I was about to say, Miss
Mhm.
Carr, I know you see what the oil frackers be doing. Ain't no way. Y'all man need to never stop manning. Y'all need to always man, because there's jobs out here that I don't want as a woman.
I just imagine if Thanos did this
Fact.
and took away
Big
all the men.
facts.
All the men disappeared. Imagine what the world would look like in 3 days.
Listen, we
I
gonna be
don't even
walking,
want to know.
we
In
gonna be
days.
walking everywhere. We gonna be eating nothing but vegetables.
You ain't
We'll
gonna be
make it happen.
How you gonna be eating vegetables in 3 days? In 3 days, you gotta understand. Think about the 3 days of COVID. Toilet paper wasn't even on the shelves.
Not toilet paper.
No, I'm just saying we gotta
Hey,
think.
I'm a
We gotta
truck
understand
driver.
this.
I can get through
Once
some shit, but
the plumbing stops working, the electricity goes out.
Can't
There's no goods.
imagine.
There's no goods being moved back and forth. You gotta understand those are the 95% jobs that make
listen,
men.
Kenna, I ain't licking on no woman. I'm sorry.
Look,
I'm about to go.
I could literally get all of over all that, but I can't get over not having my baby boys. No way. I can't
Yeah,
imagine not
I
having
need
my
my
sons.
son.
I
they
need
go
my
too.
sons.
All of them
No,
go.
Nah,
I need my
nah.
son now. Let
I
me
need
tell
my
you something.
sons.
I'm gonna tell you something. My son is 13 and he's been here for the whole summer and stuff. And I'm telling you, man, even with him being 13, he thinks with so much logic, it ain't even funny. It was times I was doing stuff and he would say, Ma, he was like, think about it like this, or look at it like this, or you looking at it all wrong, Ma. And I'd be like, damn, you 13. He'd be like, that's because you
What
getting in
more
your
do you
feelings.
want from?
I'm telling you, it's you can't take my son from me, man.
Yeah, you can't take
I can't live without
my
the men on the earth. I'm sorry. And
my
I gotta sit up there
8-year-old.
and listen to a woman preacher the whole time. Nah,
Listen,
man.
I'm lost. I'll be
I
lost.
understand.
My 8-year-old runs the
Yeah,
household.
we're gonna chop that one up next
Huh?
week.
I said
Huh?
my 8-year-old runs the household. I'd be lost.
Mhm. That's for when is that conversation? Next week?
We can do it next week. We do it tomorrow. Hell, I don't care.
Oh, you guys send me the video so I can watch it early because I got an opinion about that one. Whew.
Say, hey, that video is like the breakdown. The breakdown is basically what I've already known. You know what I'm saying? What you got to understand, you got the jobs that keep up our infrastructure are 95% male operated. It doesn't even matter if
Yeah.
you think, oh, we got 5% of women that do it. Yeah, those 5% women will not be able to cover the United States.
Listen,
All
I
of that.
drive semi trucks and I'm a truck driver. And you know how many times I'd have got on my CB and talked to a dude and be like, hey driver, what you got up there? Hey driver, what's going on? Hey, driver, I just had a blowout. You think you can stop? Listen, men, they be knowing what to do. I don't care what a woman truck driver say. When you get out there and you start getting under stress, under fire on that
Mm-mm.
road,
Who
and that
call
man stop and he help you, cause
Listen,
you know you can't do it.
I like my cute little outfit and answering phones. I'm okay there.
That part.
Okay. I'm
That
okay with,
part.
I might be an Amazon driver. I might. That's still
Uh,
pushing it.
Cause I'm
That's
telling you, when it come to sitting up there cleaning out them stanky sewers and all that, I
uh-uh.
can't garbage truck juice. Nah, I ain't it.
Not the dumpster juice.
Not me. So get somebody else to do it. And
Preferably a
you know what?
man.
And I hate to say this, but all them stud females, yeah, gonna make y'all want to put stilettos back on.
No, they can't, I'm sorry, they can't pipe me down. If you can't
No,
pipe me down,
not
I
even
need to
that.
be pipes
They be,
down. There's no way.
but you know what, Lily? Not even that. They the biggest crybabies though, because soon as they gotta go doing them man jobs and stuff, they gonna break down.
And then we gonna be
I
synced
seen them in the
together.
military.
We gonna be synced together. I'm gonna be crying on my period, you crying on your period. Nah, bitch.
That's
Nah.
that emotional. I can't do it. I ain't licking no
I'd be
cat.
like, uh-uh.
I'm not putting no strap
Taylor,
on.
y'all have taken this
I'm not
conversation
doing
completely left. We will
you
convene.
going it. But
We
you see how we think though, because we already know, man. We can't.
it's gonna it would go bad, but I'm just we gonna go over that video because he does a very thorough breakdown of it. It's a,
Send me the video. I'm gonna watch it. So I have my. I'm gonna
you have
have my cue
already?
card,
You say what? You have what?
so I can have my cue card.
Oh God. Okay. All right. Well, I will see y'all tomorrow. Mañana.
See you after
Hey
me.
y'all.
Good
All
night, Lily.
Good night. Good night, Miss Carr.
right.
Later, Ken.
Bye, Ken.
Hard pill to swallow. Deuces.